to my villa on the bonny banks of Loch Lomond. There is no sign of Loch Lomond monster this weekend, but everyone would have missed it anyway, as the whole of Scotland stayed indoors. Anyway, I'm very glad to welcome the Kinnaris Quintet and Joy Dunlop to the Hands Up for Trad afternoon show, and we'll also be meeting Cameron Nixon and Sam Sweeney later on. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hello.
How are we doing? The sun's shining. Are you having a nice day?
Lovely.
How was the weekend? Were you out in the garden?
It was kind of the same as all the other days.
I think it's a piano.
You played your piano?
Painted.
You painted your piano in the garden?
Yeah. I didn't carry it to the garden, it was in the garden already.
You have a piano in your garden?
In my garage. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, while everyone thinks about that, we're going to watch our video from Cameron Nixon, our Aberdeen correspondent.
Hello, hope you're all well and staying at home during this tough period. When Simon asked me to speak a little bit about what I've been up to, what I've been trying to do anyway, I thought, well, what can I speak about? But I'll show you anyway. Aside from the RTS coursework, I've been getting my tools out and helping my dad rebuild the garden fence. Come on, I'll show you. Maybe plant some plants? Maybe do your garden fence. But if you manage to get hold of some paint, make sure you send it up here, because we've run out and it's all sold out. Thank you. During this lockdown period, I've been continuing my lessons, and I've just finished a lesson with Alistair McCullough.
Well done, Cameron.
When you go outside for your one piece of exercise a day, why not try and do the challenge of running 5 kilometres, donate £5 to any charity you want, and then tag 5 other people to do the same. Here's something to get you thinking. This was a poem from the Irish famine in 1869, which feels very relatable now. Thank you, Rebecca Doolan, for the poem. And people stayed at home and read books, and listened, and they rested, and did exercises, and made art, and played, and learned new ways of being, and stopped, and listened more deeply. Someone meditated, someone prayed, someone met their shadow. And people began to think differently, and people healed. And in the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, meaningless, and heartless, the earth also began to heal. And when the danger ended, and people found themselves, they grieved for the dead, and made new choices, and dreamed of new visions, and created new ways of living, and completely healed the earth, just as they were healed. That's it from me, folks, from Aberdeen. Back to you, Simon, and the amazing Kinnaris Quintet.
Thanks very much, Cameron, and we'll hear more from you later when you're going to sing us a song. Anyway, guys, Kinnaris Quintet, how fabulous to have you here.
Oh,
thank you.
Thanks.
So, I just wonder, how did the Kinnaris Quintet get together?
Aileen.
Yeah, it's kind of my fault. Sorry, guys. I just felt it was time to be doing. I just had my daughter, and you know, it's like Simon when you have children and life changes a little bit, and you go, oh, what did I used to do? And gave the girls a shout to see maybe just making some music. There was no like grand plan to make it a big success like that. So it's all been a total bonus. So the girls came round to some.
Because you all come from quite different backgrounds.
Yeah. Well, do you know, like, yeah, we do, but in the grand scheme of things, it's all folk music, really. But within the Scottish scene, we're all from different backgrounds. Yeah, like I grew up playing Irish music. LB grew up playing bluegrass music. The girls, played different types of Scottish music and stuff. So yeah, there's different little pockets of it. But I think hopefully it works.
And when did you made your first album, your only album so far, Free One? When did that come out?
September, was it?
What was that, Wilkie?
September 2018.
I feel like we're in a pub quiz.
Yeah.
I got a thing. We must have been in the studio 2 years ago, like now, because I got a thing up saying, "Remember this?" We went to
Oh,
the studio about 2 years ago.
And how did you come up with the material for it? Because again, like you guys, the material's quite different throughout.
Yeah.
we hooked up. We had quite a few sort of wee pockets of rehearsals, and quite often we'd go down to Aileen's flat and drink a load of prosecco and eat a load of food and just play some tunes. And I think everyone was just firing stuff into the pot from all over the place, just tunes that they really liked or tunes they'd been writing, and we just kind of pulled things together from there. But we went down to my parents' house in Dumfries and Galloway for a weekend with a large amount of prosecco, and played and actually pulled together quite a lot of the album just over a couple of days. But we'd done a lot of groundwork beforehand and gathering material and stuff. So
I mean, I do really love the album. It was definitely my favourite album of that year when it came out.
Wow, thank you.
What's the I mean, there's so many different tunes in it, but what's the tune Space Ghettos? What is that tune?
That's a tune. That's a tune that so I play 5-string fiddle, and when I first got my 5-string fiddle made, I probably cried for about a year because I thought, oh, what have I done? I don't know how to play this. It's a completely different instrument from the fiddle. And that was tune, and the tune before it, Nonna Pina, the two tunes that we played together, they were kind of just wee experiments of trying to figure out how to play 5-string fiddle. But the name of it comes from, is this what you're getting at?
It's just a great tune.
Oh, okay. Well, the name of it is how Ouija's say Spice Girls. No, it's
If
not.
you say it in an American accent.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, right, I see. And Laura, is your tune the Torias? Oh,
we've lost you, Wilkie.
you've got no sound, Laura.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
There you go.
you're back.
So, yeah, to be honest, that tune that I wrote was there's a couple on that album that I wrote, and the Victoria's one was I was teaching at the adult face rock school. Unfortunately, it didn't happen this year, but anyway, there was an auction kind of thing to raise money for the face. One year when I was teaching, and lots of people donated albums and things. I mean, I didn't have a recording to donate, so Fiona Duggetti suggested, "Oh, why don't you write a auction off a tune? You can just say you'll write a tune for the highest bidder, and they get to choose the name." And there's a lady in my fiddle class who was probably the only bidder, but she won anyway. And her name was Toria Payne, and yes, I had to write a tune for her. And so I asked her what she'd like, what kind of feel she'd like me to go for. And she said, "I just want to be really happy because it's my birthday present to myself for my 50th birthday." And so I thought, okay, E major, and then I just wrote it, and it's called Toria's 50th because it was for her 50th birthday.
And recently became a hashtag too. So, and in December at the Scottish Time Music Awards, you won the Belhaven Innovation Award. You had a big party, especially you, Aileen. You had a really big party. That was some dress you were wearing.
I still Thanks for reminding me of that, Simon. Thank you.
But congratulations, what a great thing to do. A lot of money to work towards the next album. Is that what you're going to use it for?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we've just been we've just been getting mega motivated actually to get started on it and how to do it with lockdown happening.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, it's very exciting. I'm just going to quickly say hello to some people on our thing here. Joan Campbell, who is listening in Curry outside Edinburgh. Now, Joan gets a special mention because that's where I was born. Curry. Oh. And who else have we got from? Graham Hill from Uddingston, far away today, actually.
Graham Hill, hello Graham Hill.
Hello Graham.
Eric in Twickenham. Oh, there's Francis O'Rourke, the great accordion player from Manchester, and also very funny, worth following her on Facebook. Anyone far enough away? Oh, Channel 7A. That's a funny name, from Edinburgh. Anyway, we are going to watch a video. It's a very short video for you. It's a promo video from your album, but it's great, and it actually features space ghettos. Amazing tune, that, I have to say. We've actually just gone global, by the way, before we talked to it. Welcome, Sam. We've basically Kerry Dexter from the USA, Bob Jennings from Boston, Shauna from Cape Breton, Shauna McDonald, who I'm sure most of you know.
Hi, Shauna.
We've got Karasek from Cornwall, Miguel from, I bet it's sunny in Portugal, and Boo Waters from Cape Breton.
Hello!
So fantastic. So while browsing Facebook the other day, I think we're doing quite a lot of it at the moment. You know, there's a lot of swiping going on. I came up with The Power of Love, the Huey Lewis songs. And one of the things that drew me to it is Huey Lewis was my favourite when I was in my teenage years. I saw him live in the Edinburgh's Playhouse.
Oh, no way.
Quite a few times, and I still love his music. In fact, his brand new album is out now, actually. So, interestingly, because he's got tinnitus, so he had to stop making it. But he's quite amazing. But anyway, it was yourself, Jen, Sam Sweeney on fiddle, and Rob Harbron on concertina. Who came up with this idea?
Well, I think we've been chatting a wee bit, hadn't we, Sam, about possibly doing some random videos.
Yeah.
And we've all three of us have got a kind of love for playing random pop songs on instruments. So I just we've all got Logic, and I recorded just a random version of me singing and playing the guitar, and sent it over to the guys to see what they do, and it just maybe grew arms and legs.
Not to mention the video, of course, which was a really special thing to create.
Well, we're going to see a minute of that video in a minute, actually. I mean, Sam, you're quite an acting star throughout the whole video.
I just thought, I'd just go for it. And Jen had already recorded her bits for the video, sort of, making coffee and going about her daily routine. And so I just thought I'd share my daily routine as well, and just get involved singing in the shower a bit.
And I thought like Rob Harbron really showed his acting qualities throughout.
Oh, he did. There's more to come.
He's like a coiled spring. You just wait.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's great. And we're going to show just a little clip of that video. But Sam, let's just have a quick chat about your brand new album that's come out. It's called Unearth Repeat, and it's a sort of, I was reading about it and it's a kind of new venture for you, a new kind of sound, new band.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've done a lot of stuff in the past which has been very heavily involved in like research or albums that have had kind of narrow goalposts, you know, like the thing that I did about the First World War violin that I own, and other things like that. And I just really enjoyed making the Unfinished Violin record, which was my first solo one. And I never thought I'd make a solo record. And I enjoyed that process so much that I just thought I'll just throw the goalposts wide open and just see what happens if I just play. And put together a band of my favourite musicians, and we just make music. So I guess in a way it's a total unconcept record. There's nothing to it except just tunes and musicians that I really love. Yeah.
Well, it's great. Well, if anyone's interested, they can get it at samsweeneymusic.com. And everyone will be interested, of course.
Thanks.
I've listened to it and I love it, actually. So congratulations on it. But
Thanks, Simon.
Let's have a listen to The Power of Love.
Change a hawk to a little white dove. More than a feeling, that's the power of love.
Yeah, fantastic. Right, well, that was really great, actually. Really good. So well done, guys. Anyway, last week, there was a special week because some things just happened on the internet. And Welsh weatherman Wayne Wynne Jones did this.
That's the forecast. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.
And then the star of Scottish weather, Joy Dunlop, she decided to join in and promote our wonderful culture, and she did this.
So for many of us, it's going to be a nice day with good sunny spells.
So, Joy, well done.
Thank you.
Nice twirl as well.
You know, I mean, if you have no space to go up, go round.
Well, it's fantastic. And, I mean, did you see this and just think, oh, I could really add to this?
I mean, I'd love to pretend it was this great idea that I had, but I'd actually got a message from harpist Rachel Hare, who'd been running the virtual Edinburgh Harp Festival, and she's obsessed currently with editing videos and doing stuff like that. And it was Rachel's idea to do something. And I mean, I'll be totally honest, I thought it was either going to be the best thing or the worst thing that I'd ever done. And it could have easily gone either way. The wonder also of being like, because I'm at home alone at the moment, is that you're trying to, in a very small place in the house, find somewhere that you can record that's got a hard floor and somewhere that you can stick a phone to record everything in one go. So, I mean, enthusiasm was what I was going for rather than any sort of finesse. But, it seems to have been gone across quite well. I mean, things like this, you have to, they're silly. They're supposed to be there for fun. But actually, it's been lovely to see that, folks seem to like the video. Loads of people have got involved themselves. There's been quite a lot of, some of the BBC staff, some, just people that were watching in the living rooms have been recording their own parts. And, I mean, it's just exploded. It's the top watched news story currently on the national BBC News website, which is insane. When it's me dancing around in my kitchen.
Oh, it's a nice kitchen though.
Oh, well, I mean, Simon, I'm not small, and my height is about half a millimetre from that ceiling.
Oh, it was great, because when I contacted you, when I saw it and I sent you a text the next morning, and it was up at 90,000 views on Facebook, and you texted me back and said, oh, look, it's 140,000 on Twitter.
My video alone is something bonkers like 160 on Twitter. But when you look at actually like the other versions that have been done, I mean, they're in the millions. For the original video is something insane, like 4 or 5 million. And I mean, it's obvious that we're all stuck at home at the moment looking for something to watch online. So it's quite nice just to see something that is lighthearted. Nobody's taking it too seriously. And actually, it's thrown arms and legs in a lot of ways. And I think people are just looking for something to do at the moment. So that's nice.
Well, that's very true. So what were you doing? You were doing Scottish step dancing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, Scottish step dancing is a very old style of percussive dance. I always think it's if you combine Ceilidh dancing with Highland dancing and put them together, it's rhythmic. You should be listening to the music and trying to interpret the music with your feet, really. And if you've ever been in Cape Breton, I mean, that's their dance there. They don't have Ceilidh dances like we do. They've got wonderful square dances and everybody step dances. So, yeah, it's quite nice. It's so good because it is like an accompaniment. And when he was playing the drums, for me, it worked really well because you could try and, work with his music, and obviously like the rave version that is the BBC News theme. I mean, what else could you ask for to dance to? So, I mean, it was quite nice just to be able to, have a wee jig around and I guess do our traditional dancing, which is, it's a staple part of Scottish culture, Canadian culture, Celtic culture, and then combine that with, something as ridiculous as using a TV theme for a video online. And it seems to, I mean, I'm clearly biased, but I always think step dancing works with anything.
So I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you teach us a basic step dance using your hands?
I'm so glad you said hands, because I've got my jaw and bottoms on under here, and I want to understand that. So, look at your feet. I feel like now I've got a problem, but this is our jumping leg. We're going to do a step, out with your heel, in with your toe, hop, and then a tap, and a tap. Step, shuffle, hop, tap, tap, step, shuffle, hop, tap, tap. I wish it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever done, but it is not. Step, shuffle, hop, tap, tap, step, shuffle, hop, tap, tap. What's your basic real step?
That's amazing.
Well done, the dancers.
Well, the viewers at home can't see this actually, but everyone on the Hands Up for Triathlon show was stepping along.
You're fab.
And I'd like to say that, here we go from Melody Cameron. Hi from Cape Breton.
Oh, Melody is probably one of the best step dancers you'll ever see. She has the most beautiful feet that I've ever watched.
Well, she's just said Joy was a very good step dance student of hers. So
she was wonderful. I lived over in Cape Breton, and Melody and her husband Derek were so kind to me. They were great. If you ever have a chance, check out her dancing. She's just phenomenal.
That's Lyndon Baxter just said, that's my exercise for the day done. And now, you were on the very first Hands Up for Trad afternoon show, and you were with your brother Andrew.
Yeah.
And
who you very rudely hung up.
We're hopefully moving on since then, but you have just brought a brand new CD.
Yeah, we have. And in case anybody's wondering, the number of CDs we have sold upon this million videos is 0. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a weird time to launch. I'm sure Sam knows this. You're trying to launch an album whilst in lockdown. So obviously all gigs are cancelled. We should be on tour right now. That's out the window. You're locked in the house. So it's a bit weird. You're having to definitely probably rely more on interviews and sticking stuff online. But I mean, I do feel that, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I start to feel quite oversaturated by all the stuff that's online. And I'm aware at the same time, the last thing you want to be is like, buy my music, new music. So I think it is just trying to be understanding and saying, yeah, we've got this out there. If you want it, you can find it on our website. If you want to download it, it's there from all the different retailers online, and can then you're sort of leading people towards it rather than ramming it down their throats. Because I have just, for me personally, as soon as somebody starts to do that, I just don't think it works. So it's a bit odd, but what can you do? You make the most of the situation that you're in.
Well, absolutely. We'll bring in a few. Oh, someone's disappeared. Who's this? Well, let's just bring Cameron in. Are you there? Hold on. Oh, hold on. I love live. Let's. There we go. Somebody's coming. Oh, who's that? Right. Anyway, so Cameron. So, as we move towards the end of the show, as we look forward, and we've all tried our dancing for everything, and we've plenty of time to get out in the garden because the sun's shining. Is there anything we want to share before we hear from Cameron? Good. I do love it when
the next pop cover from me and Rob and Jen is very much in the pipeline, and I'm going to start the video this afternoon. I don't know if that excites anyone, but I'm brimming over with excitement about it.
I've got my spangles at the ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good. Well, thanks so much. Let's have a wee chat to Cameron. Hi, Cameron.
Hello, Simon.
Is the fence fixed?
No, it's currently on the grass at the moment. Not gone up yet, so.
So you're going to sing us a song. What are you going to sing us?
Yes, I'll sing a wee song for you, hopefully cheer you up on a Monday. And it'll be quite relevant to some folk after the lockdown anyway, because this song is called The Day We Packed the Hamper for the Coast.
Thanks very much. And we'll see you and everybody back on Wednesday at 2 p.m. And we have Gary Innes and Ewan Henderson and Alana McInnes and Barry Hall on the afternoon show. We'll see you then. Right, here's Cameron.
I'm always living yet, though nearly had a fit, on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. Ye can bet your fortnight's pay I had plenty for today, on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. We put in 40 loaves of bread for buy a smoked ham, sausages and Irish stew and marmalade and jam. We had 20 staying at tatties and the carcass of a lamb, on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. Oh my, I felt inclined to cry. Nae one of friends my temper I lost. Around the house I had to flee like a monkey up a tree, on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. My arms were bit with clegs and they also bit my legs, on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. I was angry indeed, but was took to bell my heed, on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. Says my good wife, new Pat, listen, I'll tell you what, we'd best put in the frying pan, the kettle and the pot. In case there's moose in there, we'd best shove in the cat, on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. Oh my, I felt inclined to cry. Nae one of friends my temper I lost. but the cat we couldna fend, so we rammed the bulldog in on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. When it was full, you see, says the missus unto me, the day we packed the hamper for the coast. Says she'd best put in another pair of shin on the day we packed the hamper for the coast. My face got red with fury and my nose got black and blue. Says I, there's room for nothing, man, you see the hamper's full. Says she, as far as I can see, I'm thinking, so are you. On the day we packed the hamper for the coast. Oh my, I felt inclined to cry. No one of friends my temper I had lost. So I says before we slide, we'll put all the wings inside. On the day we packed the hamper for the coast.